What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do something a little bit different than we typically do, and we're actually answering questions. So on Instagram and on my Twitter, I put out a poll of asking, hey, we're going to do a Q&A video. What do you want to know? What can I tell you a bit more about? And we got some really interesting questions. So I'm just going to go over these on my phone here and we're going to run through them. So yeah, let's get started. The first question is from Ian Maynard. He says, besides money, why do you want to help people? Ian, that's a really good question. I'd say genuinely one of our biggest goals with Closer Cartel as sort of a sales education company is to help as many people as possible get out of traditional sort of money-making methods, right? Like if you work a 9 to 5 or you go to college, you're trapped. If you look at the way the economy goes and the way inflation is going and they're printing so much money, by having a job, you are literally shooting yourself in the foot if you want to live a financially free life. So our goal genuinely is to help as many people as possible make their first $10,000 a month online, make their first $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month through high ticket sales. So the next question we have is from Caden Jones. He says, if I have everything but cash flow, what do I do first starting out an online business? If you have everything but cash flow, you don't have anything, Caden. And I don't mean that in like a critical way. Cash flow is king. The point of closing is cash flow. The point of building any sort of other business is cash flow. If you don't have cash flow, you don't have a business, okay? You might have like an idea or an offer or structure or whatever, but until you actually produce cash, you don't have a successful business. So I would say the first thing you needed to do, and this is a very vague question again, so I don't know like what your model is, what you're trying to do. I would say the first thing you need to do is get cash coming in the door. So whether that's with an agency or that's with high ticket sales or e-com or whatever you're doing, cash is king. If you don't make money as a business, you are not a business, okay? So I would say that's the first thing you need to do. And maybe shoot me a DM and give me a bit more context of this sort of question and where you're at, and I can give you a better answer. The third question we have is from Jonathan Wickham. He says, thoughts on having a dopamine detox every now and then? Any tips when doing it? This is actually a really good question. One of the biggest things that we struggle with, I think, in our society, or especially our age, like I'm 21, people my age are addicted to dopamine, nicotine, like just bad habits in general. So a dopamine detox is kind of removing yourself from that. So your phone, TV, social media, whatever you're doing, if you remove yourself from that, it's going to help you focus a lot better. You're kind of going to reset that structure in your brain. So our dopamine system is actually a great thing. I've rewired my brain to not get dopamine from TV, sugar. I do drink a bit of alcohol, but it's not really a dopamine thing. It's more of just like a social thing. And I've rewired it to like making money, working out, fighting, being disciplined. I genuinely feel better doing that than I do going out and partying or something else, okay? The next question we have is from Jay Lexiev. I don't know how to say this. Recommended paths to getting the F out of my 9 to 5 and into e-com/business. So the same thing I tell everybody. If you're in a 9 to 5 right now, the path is the same for everyone. You need to save money, okay? You need to stack up ideally 6 months or so of expenses. I know it's not possible for everybody, but you need to stack cash, save money. You need to, in your free time, do nothing but learn the new thing you want to do. So if you want to get into e-commerce, if you want to get into high ticket sales, you want to get into the agency game, whatever that is, you need to completely focus on that in your free time. No video games, no Netflix, no wasting time, because the reality is you're working 9 to 5, you only have a few hours a day to dedicate towards that other thing. Because the third thing I'm going to tell you is in order to quit your 9 to 5, your thing, whatever that is, e-com, biz, sales, needs to replace that income for you to quit, or else you're just going to kind of shoot yourself in the foot. Burning the ships is something I love to do, but it's not great for everybody, because the reality is if you mess up one time really bad, it can set you back years, okay? So save money, save up 6 months living expenses, learn whatever you're going to do and try to master it as best as possible while at your 9 to 5. And then once you replace that income, quit and focus on it full time. That's the path to getting out of a 9 to 5, a job, college, whatever it may be, for basically anything. And the next question we have is from Jonathan Simon. Is it possible to live cheap in Miami while you build yourself up? Yeah, I'd say it's possible to live cheap anywhere. Miami is a really expensive place. I spend like $10K a month on just everything right now. From my rent is a big portion of that. My car, just food. Food is really expensive because we go out so much and things like that. But if you were trying to live here for cheap, you could live outside of Brickell and downtown and live somewhere like, I wouldn't say Wynwood, but maybe like Midtown, or I don't know what's that way. Actually, my two videographers, they're outside on the balcony right now. They're getting a 1-bedroom. One's gonna live in the living room. One's gonna live in a bedroom. And they're just gonna kind of slum it. Obviously it's Miami, you're not slumming it. But the rent's gonna be, I think, $1,000 a piece if they do that. So Jonathan, it's definitely possible. And it's a great idea. Miami is someplace that is sort of a mecca of entrepreneurs and sort of high-level people right now. There is a lot of distraction, but I genuinely think there's no better place in America to be right now. From somebody on Twitter, they said, what's your biggest dream that you want to achieve? I'd say not really dream, or maybe dream. My dream is to be absolutely free and wealthy and do whatever I want and help thousands of people. That's my dream. So I want to have enough money to have houses in multiple locations, go wherever I want. If the US continues to crumble, leave the US, have basically what they call FU money. I want yachts, I want a plane, I want all of that stuff. But the other part of that is I want to buy my mom a house. I want to give her the best life possible for her second half of her life, because she's 45, so basically has half of her life left. I want to give her an amazing second half of her life, because the first half was really, really rough. Sacrificed a lot for us. I want to take care of my family. I want to build a big family. That's something I never really had, was a big family. So I want a lot of kids. I want to have a great wife, a great family situation there. We travel, we do whatever we want. We experience life in a way that few people can. And the third part of that is I want to help as many people as possible. Our next question, this is a short one. Mac or Windows? I use Mac. I have this really big Dell monitor that you guys can't really see right here, but I just have a MacBook. It's actually the same MacBook I bought when I was in high school, like senior year, 4 years ago. I had the decision between a car for college or a MacBook. That's all the money I'd saved up, and this is still the same MacBook I've had. I've made over $500,000 on this MacBook, which is really cool. So Mac for sure. A great question. Do you need to be super outgoing to be good at high ticket sales? 100% no, you do not need to be outgoing. And a great example I use is one of my old business partners, Dakota. He's a super, what's the word? You're not outgoing, you're sort of internal or intelligent or whatever. He's kind of reserved personality wise. He's not outgoing. He's very withdrawn. He was an amazing closer, and you don't have to be outgoing. Like, I'm a bit outgoing, I have that sort of personality. You can be extremely, not cold, but extremely tactical in the way you approach sales and still be super, super effective. So charisma and the outgoingness, that's what people think of as sales. But in reality, the way we teach people to close, sometimes being quieter helps you more, because in a sales call, you don't want to talk more than your prospect. You want your prospect to open up and talk more, and all you do is ask intelligent questions to get that to happen. So no, you don't need to be outgoing. I've seen really, really quiet people be absolute killers at sales, and yeah, I'd say you don't need to at all. Next question. Age you hit $1 million net worth and your immediate reactions. So Connor, I wish I could say I've hit $1 million net worth. I have not yet, but I'm getting very, very, very close to that. I would say next year, this is 2021, next year I should hit that, and we will definitely film the reaction, because my goal at 18, when I first learned about business and everything, was become a millionaire by 25. And the way things are going now, it looks like I'll become a millionaire by 22, which will be cool. So yeah, that will come, but not yet. We gotta keep it authentic. So guys, that is the end of our questions for this video. Really, really good questions. If you guys like this, please give me a thumbs up and comment below. We can do one of these every week, honestly. So these were good questions. And I wanna add one more thing. If you guys are curious about sales or making money online or all of this random stuff that I talk about, this is exactly what we are making these videos for, is to help you guys. So if you're curious, if you have questions, you're more than welcome to book a call with my team. The link is in my bio. It's not a high pressure call. We simply are gonna ask you some questions, figure out where you're at, figure out if we can help you, similar to what I just told you about the sales process. And if we can help you, cool. If not, we'll actually point you in a different direction. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please give me a like and a thumbs up, or whatever you wanna call it. And thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one.